Welcome to Climax Scots Football TV. Tonight, a special Senior Parent Night edition. The final regular season home game of the season brings a touch of sadness at CS, knowing those special moments on the field at Big Blue Stadium are dwindling. The tradition of recognizing seniors and their parents at CS before the Panthers battled Spring Lake in a non-league contest continued Friday night. With a driving rain pounding the field most of the night, the 7-0 Panthers and Division IV Spring Lake went at it in a non-league contest, with the Lakers handing CS its first loss of the season 28-0. The Panther defense established itself right away, holding Spring Lake to just 3 yards on its opening drive. CS started to move the ball quickly on an Ethan Vosberg to Chase Audette pass that covered 20 yards, but a Panther fumble gave the Lakers the ball back at the CS 46-yard line at the 8:42 mark, and the visitors took advantage of the miscue. One play after Noah Nowakowski recovered the fumble, the Lakers senior broke loose for a 54-yard touchdown run at the 8:29 mark. Caden Kendall kicked the extra point for a 7-0 Laker lead. A nice kick return by Kyler Skidmore to the CS 48-yard line injected some life back into the Panthers, but CS could not convert on a 4th-and-1 play from the Spring Lake 43-yard line, and the Lakers took over possession. The Panther defense once again stood tall and did not allow a first down, but a CS fumble on the punt put Spring Lake deep in CS territory at the Panther 34-yard line. 5 plays later, Jacob Frederick scored on a 3-yard burst with 2:49 left in the opening frame, and Kendall kicked the extra point for a 14-0 lead after 1 quarter. The CS defense once again rose to the occasion, forcing the Lakers to punt early in the second quarter. Spring Lake tried to fake, but the alert Panthers special teams unit stopped the Lakers short of the first down, and the Panthers took over possession on the visitors' 41-yard line. The Panthers managed to move the ball to the Laker 22-yard line, where the drive ended when a 4th-and-9 run only picked up 3 yards, and the visitors took over possession. The tough CS defense stopped a Laker drive late in the second quarter on a 4th-and-2 play from the Panther 32-yard line, and CS entered the locker room trailing 14-0 at halftime. A big run by Taylor McNally to the Laker 5-yard line early in the third quarter left CS knocking on the door, but the Panthers could not score on 4 plays, giving Spring Lake the ball back. The CS defense continued to flourish, forcing the Lakers to punt, and a bad snap and fumble for a loss gave the Panthers good field position once again at the Laker 37-yard line. Facing a 4th-and-6 from the Spring Lake 37-yard line, CS's Ethan Vosberg hooked up with Cody Campbell on a big 12-yard completion that put the Panthers on the Laker 25-yard line. CS moved down to the Laker 5-yard line, but a 4-yard loss followed by a 5-yard loss and just a 5-yard pickup on a 4th-and-14 play from the Laker 14-yard line stalled the drive. Spring Lake enjoyed some separation when Frederick scored on a 4-yard run just 28 seconds into the fourth quarter, and Kendall kicked the extra point for a 21-0 lead. Frederick crossed the goal line again on an 11-yard run with 8:14 left in the game, and Kendall kicked the extra point for the final score. CS then blocked the punt to enjoy good field position late in the game. Trying desperately to avoid the shutout, CS marched to the Laker 21-yard line, but Spring Lake came up with an interception in the end zone with 2:58 left in the game. Taylor McNally finished with 93 yards on 11 carries. Jeremy Shearer had 26 yards on 4 carries. Zach Mobley had 11 tackles. Freshman James Bilkey had 9 tackles. And Todd Myers contributed 7 tackles. After the game, the two teams came together to enjoy a post-game meal prepared by the volunteers and the athletic boosters in the intermediate school gym. It was a warm experience for CS coach Kevin Langs, who got his first teaching job in Spring Lake in 1993. Langs coached the freshman and JV football team at Spring Lake, where he remained until 1999 when he accepted a teaching position at CS. The CS coach enjoyed the opportunity to meet up with 2 former Spring Lake coaches he coached with. After the game, senior Taylor McNally talked about the experience of facing a larger Division IV school, and Panther coach Kevin Langs discussed how the Spring Lake game can help CS moving forward and the chance to win the SCAA League title outright at Colon next Friday. Taylor McNally, first loss of the season. Obviously, it's kind of disappointing, but what do you take out of this game against a good program like Spring Lake?
Oh, don't remember exactly what the score was, but I think it was like 24-0. But just going from the score and not seeing any of the playing at all, I think that it shows that we have a lot of heart and that we're not just going to roll over for anybody, even if they're a Class B school, even if we're a Class D school. It doesn't matter who we play, but we're just going to go and hit somebody and try and do the best that we can.
Can this help you moving forward when the playoffs do begin, you think?
I think it does help us move forward because it shows where we need to work on, and then also just tells us that we're not bulletproof and that we can't win every game.
Right. Now, as far as next week, Colon, you get the chance to get that title yourselves. Just talk about that opportunity.
You know, last year I was able to play and help out with all that last year, so that was pretty exciting. But also being in my senior year and being able to take part of it and also help lead it, it's a better feeling.
Hopefully we get another home playoff game, but you know, this is probably tough in case this is your last regular season game here. Just talk about that, maybe, Taylor.
You know, it sucks that it's our that we lost, but being our last game, I started out rough a little bit, but I started talking to my coach and everything, and playing for my teammates, not just myself. So I think I started doing better, but you know, it happens.
Yep. Taylor, congratulations on a good game. Even though it was not the outcome you wanted, it was still a good game by you guys. Thank you, sir. Coach Langs, a different outcome tonight, your first loss of the season. How much can this game help you guys down the road, do you think?
We always say this, we got to wait to see. Yeah. I don't know how the kids will think about it, what the decision will be, we'll find out in practice. We'll find out Colon's a really good football team. Yeah. It's for the conference championship, so I guess all I can tell you is wait till next Friday and we'll find that answer.
You bet. Spring Lake, they bring a talented group, but you were right there, hanging in there through 3 quarters. Just a break here and there, you're right there.
We were, you know, first half we made it a schematic situation on defense, and then we, gosh, what was it? Oh, the fumble.
Yeah.
Those 2 things. Otherwise, maybe it's a 0-0 ball game, and, you know, but that happens, and you know, kids are human beings, and it didn't work out that way.
You bet. And then finally, Coach, next week you get to go for that SCAA title down in Colon.
It's a big one. Colon's going to be sky high. They'll be 9 feet above the ground, getting ready to get a piece of us. We're going to have to get after it, so it'll be a good game. You bet.
And then put you on a quick spot here. You got a quick shout out to anybody in mind, or
a quick shout out? How about to all the alumni of Climax Scouts? Nick Ludwig was here tonight. He had an ACL injury, so we're going to give a shout out to Coach Nick Ludwig and hope he heals fast.
Well, congratulations on a good game tonight. Even though it wasn't what you wanted, still was a good game.
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of.
You bet. Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
Now remember, CS will play the final regular season game at Colon Friday at 7 p.m., and then it will be back at CS High School for the playoff pizza party on Selection Sunday, October 26. Reporting live from Big Blue Stadium for the final time during the regular season, this is Scoop for www.theclimaxcrescent.com.